AI, the last time you used AI,
Mhm.
that's the worst AI you're ever going to use in your life.
Matt, how do you as a small business utilize AI to help reduce your just your workload in general? And how do you see that, kind of continuing and progressing?
All right. So to answer, so I heard a three-part question. Like a small business owner, I just do not have the time. I do not have the resources to do everything that I know needs to be done because I'm used to organizations where, there's this massive financial department, the budgeting and the PPB and E cycle and then that feeds directly into our operational capabilities and your functional lines of business marry with your operational lines and like all this high level strategy of steering the aircraft carrier, if you will. And when you get to the resource scarcity of small businesses, you don't have that finance department to lean on or that procurement section or the that IT help desk when you as a small business owner are trying to make it work, right? But what that leads to is resourcefulness and making it work. But but taking it down into what are some of the constraints of a small business and how AI can help with that. Well, dude, I offload a lot of my back end business functions to artificial intelligence. Like if I need accounting, well, guess what? I've got my own Copilot that I pay for, and that's hooked into my Excel. So guess what happens? And it's linked directly when I go into my software development. Because I use Visual Studio Code and then GitHub Copilot. So guess what's there? And so I leverage artificial intelligence to perform a lot of those functional lines of business, like for procurement. Hey, this is the proposal, or this is the solicitation. Write a proposal for business development. Okay, IT technical aspects of it. Hey, I have this problem, this problem, this problem. Gen AI, give me an answer. And is it 100%? No, it's not because we're not there, right? But this is the cool thing about artificial intelligence, Nick, and not a lot of people realize this, but it's nonetheless very, very true. AI, the last time you used AI,
Mhm.
that's the worst AI you're ever going to use in your life. Flat out. Right. So I see it as incredibly empowering, right? Because as I'm sitting here and we're talking about how I'm using, for my back end business functions or my functional lines of business, artificial intelligence to augment, my skill set, right? Know what needs to be done from this massive organizational perspective. And my resources at my disposal, I can use artificial intelligence to get there, right? To move that needle.